Okay, we got chapter 188 and I'm like an entire day late. But I think that's okay in this instance because, guys, I don't think Gege Akutami knows how time works. But let's get into it. Boogie Woogie. Oh, okay, so seriously, at the end of last chapter 187, Hikari hits his jackpot, Kashimo gets really excited and starts welling up his cursed energy, and then we go into flashback territory. Basically, no time out of that 4 minutes and 11 seconds was used up. Go into this chapter, 188, and it even basically says, yeah, his immortality, his 4 minutes and 11 seconds, begins. So we effectively have the entire amount of time. These characters are also moving incredibly quickly. We see them running across the shipyard with dust trails behind them. Very fast. Theoretically, that would mean they are using less time to perform the actions than somebody like me or you would, correct? Alright, so we run across the shipyard. Probably didn't take very long. Probably a few seconds, honestly. Hikari hits the shipping container. Kashimo hits the shipping container. We then proceed to simultaneously box the shipping container out of existence from the opposite sides. Kashimo then kicks Hikari in the face, two taps him with the door, hits him with a lightning bolt. Hikari blows it out of his nose. And then we have 8 seconds left. How? Where did all of the time go? Either Gege Akutami doesn't know how time works, or Hikari and Kashimo spent 3 minutes and like 45 seconds just boxing the opposite sides of the container. Am I the only one who was in this state of mind while reading this chapter and seeing that panel that said we only had 8 seconds left? Did nobody else wonder where the other 4 minutes and 3 seconds went? Especially because during that 8 seconds, we're able to have a quick little boxing match. Hikari's able to catch a shot, turn in, sweep Kashimo up and elbow him into his own knee. And then Kashimo gets the surprise lightning strike from across the shipyard that ends at the exact same time that the invincibility ends. So that whole hand-to-hand combat section was 8 seconds. Punching the shipping container was almost 4 minutes. Maybe the anime will make this make a little bit more sense to me, because right now, I'm starting to lose faith on Gege Akutami's grasp on time. That or Hikari just straight up wasted his entire jackpot. Alright, I guess I should go through it a little bit more thoroughly now. So during the first 4 minutes and 3 seconds, Hikari and Kashimo are both speeding across the shipyard. As Kashimo starts to pass a few shipping containers, Hikari decides to turn them into a projectile with his fist. I just love it. I'm sorry, I love it. Anyway, Kashimo turns around, gets that excited psychopathic look on his face like, yes, power, and hits it back. And like I said, they both proceed to simultaneously box the opposite sides of the shipping container. I'm guessing that they were both trying to overpower the other one, so if Hikari is hitting way harder and faster than Kashimo, he's going to be hitting the shipping container into Kashimo's face and the rest of his body, probably dealing a lot of damage. I assume if you could start to work them back like that, you could probably get them on the ground and just start beating them into the Earth's crust with a shipping container. Probably wouldn't have been a terrible idea. In the way this kind of works, I think it kind of ended up just being a waste of time for Hikari and his jackpot. Honestly, I don't know what else I would describe it as. Because yeah, Hikari decides to end this little boxing match with an overhand punch that you can tell he put a lot of force into. Kashimo, on the other hand, decided to grab the top or the side of the door of the shipping container, which was not really being damaged, grabs it, jumps up. When Hikari blasts the sides of it off, the door is left with Kashimo sitting there. He drops down, kicks Hikari in the face, picks the door up, two taps him with it, and when I say two taps, I mean he hits him on top of the head, and then he destroys his entire face. That is disgusting. Disgusting! This is when the whole lightning thing happens. Kashimo shoots lightning into Hikari's head. Hikari immediately, basically at the speed of lightning, unless this is lightning that is slower than normal lightning, but I think it's kind of just lightning. At the speed of lightning entering his brain, he heals it from where it started doing damage, at the same time blowing the cursed energy out of his nose. I assume if you have been injected with a foreign cursed energy, you can probably use your cursed energy control to gather it and forcibly eject it. Or it's even weirder than that, and Hikari literally just really hard. And there you go. Of course, Kenji being Kenji's like, you almost got me, Kashimo. And then we get the infamous panels that say this round will end in 8 seconds. At least they're infamous in my life. Anyway, at this point, after that, we start actually boxing without a separator between us, which is basically what we were doing earlier. Anyway, we start boxing, and for once, Hikari has the upper hand in the hand-to-hand combat section. The upper hand in the hand-to-hand combat, I don't know why I said that like that. Either way, he did. But Kashimo stated that those attacks were faster than the others, so there should be some kind of requirement, meaning he shouldn't be able to do it again, at least not right now. So he decides to eat one more shot to get a good counterattack on Hikari, but Hikari decides it's time to sacrifice his immortal body in order to defeat Kashimo right now. So he catches a shot, turns into Kashimo to sweep up his back leg, holds him up with an arm and a knee, and then just drops an elbow into him with full force. That was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But something that was also pretty awesome was the fact that Kashimo had a leftover charge on his staff on the other side of the shipyard, and when Hikari was directly in between him and the staff, he was able to use the return stroke to gather that charge from the staff, absolutely ripping through Hikari. But another awesome thing, 3 awesome things in a row, fits perfectly for the 3rd time we are going into Restless Gambler. I am about it. This actually really shouldn't surprise anybody that he's going to try and go into domain expansion again. We know when the 4 minutes and 11 seconds are up, he can use domain expansion again. The only difference is because he got a 4 this time, or an even number. Was it a 4 or was it 6? It might have been a 6. I think it was a 6. Either way, we got an even number last time. We are going to go through the faster spins, or decreased number of spins, whatever it was. He's not going to go right back to an immediate jackpot. So this domain expansion, while he is in this kind of physical condition, probably won't play out quite the same way. But I also don't think we're just going to go down the very simple, basic route that everybody could see coming, of Hikari opens the domain while he's in horrible physical condition, but he isn't able to hit a jackpot before Kashimo beats him. Kashimo should be able to walk up and basically one-shot Hikari at this point. In that kind of physical condition, he doesn't get this infinite curse energy in the domain expansion. He has to hit a jackpot first. And since he got an even number last time, he is not going to go through the increased probability route. He's going to go through the harder route, back to the start. So him trying to sit there and hit a jackpot isn't going to go that well. Or at least theoretically it shouldn't. Maybe those doors are way more useful for defense than any of us are really giving it credit for. Or at least me. I don't know. I think Gege Akutami might throw a little bit of curveball in, do something not entirely expected, because I still don't think either of these characters are going to die during this fight. It would be a gigantic waste of either of their characters going forward, at least bare minimum in the Culling games, if not the rest of the series. Even though I don't know how much we're going to get after the Culling games. Considering the time frame we've gotten and how much we're going to have left in the Culling games, theoretically, I don't know. But either way, I still don't think either of these guys are going to die right here, right now. But I gotta get out of here. I'm already late on this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.